Let's solve passage 1. Maintaining an ecosystem just to conserve biodiversity will affect its commercial potential as well as livelihood dependent on the ecosystem. If you just keep conserving biodiversity, meaning the environment aspect of the nature, it will affect the commercial aspect as well as livelihood dependency aspect, meaning only to protect the environment aspect, you will let go the economic aspect of lives of people. Let's say. Then the second idea is there is also a conflict using ecosystem only for livelihoods, meaning first case said only environment, second case said only economy. If there is a conflict between using ecosystem only for livelihoods, only for commercial exploitation, or strictly for conservation, so only one aspect is not good. Ideally, it should be a balance between both economy and environment aspects. Deforestation caused by exploitation will lead to indirect harms like floods, siltation problems, and microclimatic instability, apart from adversely affecting livelihoods dependent on forests. These conflicts are particularly acute in developing countries. What kind of countries more acute? Developed, developing, least developed, different kinds of countries. That here the focus is entirely on developing countries. Why so? Why is it so? Why? Because the dependency of people on the ecosystem is significant. Commercial exploitation has the potential to boost national income, because developing countries use this more. So overall, what is this passage talking about? Environment, economy, need to balance, something like that, right? Here, the focus word is critical message. You need to pick up the critical message in the paragraph. Let's look at each statement. Conservation of biodiversity is not an issue. Anyway, they said conservation of biodiversity is not an issue. Conservation of biodiversity is the issue. It should have a rightful balance. That's all. To be worried about when some people are dependent on ecosystem for their livelihood. No, it's not talking about only one-sided thing. This is quite extreme also. So this naturally is a wrong statement. Conservation of biodiversity is the issue here. Then, commercial exploitation of forests goes against the fundamental rights of the people to depend on forests for food and shelter. Commercial exploitation of the forest doesn't go against. Again, here the focus is on how to balance economy and environmental aspects. Not just like one aspect, is never trying to dominate one aspect over the other. Third, sustenance of livelihood. One is livelihood sustenance. This is economic aspect, livelihood sustenance. Next is degradation of ecosystem. This is environment aspects. While being together, while in this conflict or in this tussle, what is happening is this actually exaggerate one another, leading to conflicts and imbalances. What? It fuels one another. It adds up to one another, right? This is the actual essence of the passage, right? There is a tussle which is happening between economic aspect and environment aspect, right? Let's look at option 4 also. Commercial exploitation of the ecosystem should be completely stopped. Did anywhere we speak about completely stopping? Don't you think completely stopped is much of an extreme word? Clearly, completely stopping is an extreme word and goes against. Never they said. This not is a negative term. Thank you.